Raid Shadow Legends Stu here with some great news. We have a fantastic giveaway and a whole bunch of new balancing just came out tonight. It is live in-game. All these balance changes we're going to talk about are in-game right now. So Polarium is trying. They're giving us some cool balancing now. And we're going to have more balancing in 1.3 that comes out with another Cythalia balance and a couple other champions. It's on the forums there. I can't remember at this time. But we're doing a giveaway too. 10 different people are going to get 900 gems. That's 9,000 gems. It's pretty insane. Let's pull up the calendar and look at when we'll end this, when I'll do the drawing. So on the 25th, which is next Wednesday, my time, at noon, I'll select 10 different people out of the comments below. I'll do this random pick a winner off of the internet, which just goes through all the comments and picks 10 different people for me. It will never do duplicate comments, so don't worry about trying to cheese the system out and put a whole bunch of comments down there. What I need you to do is just put the name of the champion that you like the best that's been changed, and then also you're going to need to put your player ID so that Polarium can get that over to you. You just hit copy right here, and then you paste it in the comment when you leave a comment below. And again, just tell us which champion that you enjoy the most, that you like the changes that they have done with it. And then make sure you copy this ID. If you don't have this ID, I'm going to have to select somebody else because I need this ID in there to them, and I can't go track you down. There's no way for me to really do that. So please put that in there below. 10 different players, 900 gems each. That's insane. Thank you so much, Polarium, for doing that, for helping out the community, and for making these changes because you guys are trying, and we do appreciate it. We want to get so much more balancing done. We want to make these champions favorable for everybody. All right, let's stop talking. Let's look at what we've got. We've got to go over these champions. It's going to take some time. Here it is. Here's the update where it goes over all of them one by one. I'm going to drop this down. I've got it over here on this computer. Black Knight is the first one. Let's get into it. This is going to take a while, really. Okay, it's going to take a while, and I need to get to the right part. So Black Knight is over here, and a lot of people have been upset with him for a very long time. The only changes they have are on a skill. Well, actually, all the skills have new changes. So skill 1 used to be you had to critical hit to do a provoke. Now it's just a 75% chance to place a provoke for 1 turn. Damage based off of HP, that's what it was before, because it did damage based off of its attack, which is what it was before, which is a little bit weird, but we'll talk about that in a second. So this skill used to be a 30% increased defense. Now it is a 60% increase defense, which is much better. 2-turn cooldown, very low. You only get 1 continuous heal, but you do get the 60% increased defense now, which has been a long time coming. Thank you very much for that. This used to be on a 6-turn cooldown. Now it is a 4-turn cooldown. Attacks all enemies, damage increase according to the amount of HP this champion has lost. I'm wondering if this can hit very hard, and you don't even have to worry about attack is what I'm thinking. Also, this was changed. So it used to be 30% max HP in 1 hit, and he would get the unkillable buff. So now he gets it much easier. 2-turn cooldown still. Very good, very cool. What I'm hoping is that with these changes, more people will kind of play test him and try him out. Just try him out. Because what I'm thinking is you don't need attack. This is just me now. I don't have him. Is to go max HP, really, really high HP. Get this skill to hit decent. And then this one is damage increased according to the amount of HP you have lost. Attacks all enemies. I'm hoping that you just have low HP and you do high damage. Of course, it doesn't say anything about the more HP you have. I'm just hoping that he'll do damage mostly based off of the amount of HP you've lost. So yes, it wouldn't matter if you had a low HP pool or a high HP pool. As long as you've lost a lot of HP in general, percentage-wise, he'll hit harder. I'm hoping that it really doesn't base that much off of attack is what I'm saying. And I would rather try to build him with high HP. That way I could try to make this hit hard, make him really outlast, and then when he is low on HP from being hit, that he will hit hard. I don't know. Test it out. Let me know. Let me know what you think about Black Knight. Okay, let's get on to these other champions. We have a lot. So Ezzor is also in Bannerlords. He's right here. All he got was a speed increase from 87 to 97. Not a lot, right? So all he does is attack 2 times, places a stun debuff for 1 turn if the target has an increased speed buff. So we need a condition there. Does the ally protect on a 2-turn, 4-turn, for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown? I'll try to slow down. I was just trying to cover a lot of this. He does get a HP shield as well. And then on a skill 3, attack 1 enemy, places an extra hit if the target has a stun debuff. It's always a critical. All he did was change his speed from 87 to 97. That's good. A 10%, a plus 10 speed increase is a lot. We don't like those 87s. 97 is much favorable, much more. But the rest of this kit, I can't think of anything anywhere where I would use him right now. So let's go on to Basher. Basher, I don't know who has a Basher right now. I've used 2 Bashers, one on our old Fusion, one on this new Fusion. So I don't know who has one out there, but I like this skill 2 now. So the Basher skill 1 and skill 2 was changed. This used to be a 30% chance to apply the weaken. Now it's a 75% chance to apply the 25% weaken for 2 turns. Much, much better. I like it. And then this one used to have a condition to be able to apply this. They used to have block buffs debuff up for you to lower their skill cooldowns. Now this is pretty crazy. 3-turn cooldown AoE increases the cooldown of all target skills by 2 turns. So basically for at least 1 turn, they're all going to just do their single target attack. Well, not single target, but their A1, their main attack. They're all just going to do that to you because the rest of their skills are going to be on cooldown. Pretty cool, because I messed around with this on another champion who did this, but only did it for 1 turn, and it didn't work out because I would hit them, lower their skill cooldown for 1 turn if they didn't have anything on cooldown, but then they take a turn and it would immediately drop off. So this being 2 turns, at least we're going to get 1 turn of them only having to be able to just do their A1 at you. Pretty strong, pretty strong. Attacks 4 times at random, has a 75% chance to place 100% total to place the block buffs debuff for 2 turns. Not bad. I'm curious to see what he can do. These first 2 were the ones changed. That is Basher. Let's go on to Bushi. Bushi's been a one that has been made fun of a lot since this game has been around. I think he's been made fun of quite a bit, but he's been changed up, so I think it's pretty nice. His aura has been changed to a speed increase in arena for 20%, and then the skill 1 hasn't been changed. Okay, skill 1 has not been changed. Damage inflicted increased each time the skill is used up to 4 times. I'm not even sure how hard it can hit. I'm hoping it can hit pretty hard. This one always critically hits, and it's on a 3-turn cooldown. This was changed, and it says the damage has been increased. So I'm curious to see how hard this can hit. It's not an AoE like our boy Ethos, who can AoE and always critical hit on a skill 3, but it might still hit really hard, and this has been changed quite a bit. This used to be an 8-turn, and now it's a 5-turn. We get it down to a 3-turn cooldown. Revive this champion with HP and places an unkillable buff for 1 turn. Now, if that unkillable buff's not removed, that gives us pretty much 1 extra turn, right? That we're not going to die. So really, it's almost like a 2-turn cooldown, and then he can come back to life again. So maybe we can work out a way to keep this guy popping back and being able to do this ability right here to do a lot of damage. I'm hoping we can do something with Bushi. All right, let's go over to Demon Spawn. We have one here that's going to... Where is she at? She is... I'm going to have to look up this name. Hold on 1 second. Right here. Arnices? Is that Arnices? We'll just go with that for now. Okay, so her skill 1 was changed to a 5% poison from a 2.5% poison, and it only had a 30% chance to place the debuff for 1 turn. Okay, so before this only had a low percentage chance to place a small poison for 1 turn. Now it has a 100% chance to place a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. Pretty cool. So we're always going to get a poison up as long as we don't get resisted for 2 turns. We could bring her into dragons. That would be pretty interesting. Also, she has this AoE that has a 100% chance to increase the duration of all debuffs on the target by 1 turn. Still pretty cool. Attacks all enemies. I wonder how much damage you can do. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. And then this one attacks 1 enemy and places a block buff debuff for 2 turns. So that's all. Only her skill 1 was changed on her, but that's pretty good. Definitely making champions better. I like this. If we can start doing this often, this is going to be really great. I do want to go to this one. Faceless. Faceless is the next one. Knight's Revenant. I've been wanting to try him out, and now I'm gonna 60 this guy really soon. So the only thing that was changed on him was this skill right here to a 3-turn cooldown. It used to be a 5-turn cooldown. Ignores shields, block damage, buffs, as well as defense. That's insane. He's void, 3-turn cooldown, and they just increased the damage on this a couple patches ago as well. So that's going to be wild, really wild. That's the only thing that was changed. His skill 2 just places the increased crit buff and then attacks somebody on a 3-turn cooldown, and this one just has a 15% chance to place an extra hit. But since this is on a 3-turn cooldown, this is the only one I'm worried about. This is all I want, is to see how hard this can hit. And I bet it's going to hit hard. And I'm talking arena. I'm not talking anywhere else. I'm talking purely arena. This is going to be a lot of fun. So you're going to see me do Faceless very, very soon. Gullcut is a... Where is he at? He is in Ogren tribes. This guy used to have a 30% increase on a decreased defense on a skill 1. I do know that. I remember looking at this guy many times. Now he has a 50% chance to place the 60% decreased defense. Very good, very favorable. Any champion with a 50% chance to do something like that for 2 turns is really good. I like this. And now he attacks all allies at random This one wasn't changed. Okay, this is the same. 1 by 1, damage inflicted decreases by 25% after each hit. I've never used him, so I don't know if this hits hard or not. Please let me know if you've used this guy. And now he can place a bomb on everybody on a 2-turn cooldown. Before, it was a low percentage, 75% chance to place a bomb, and it was on a 3-turn cooldown. And that's all you could get it to, 75% chance. So not even 100, it was on a 3-turn cooldown, 5-turn cooldown, 4-turn cooldown when you have it maxed out. So still, this guy doesn't look super good to me, but I really like this. This is a very good buff for him. For sure, a very good buff. We have Hellgazer next. That's another demon spawn, right? Let's go over to demon spawn. Hellgazer. Which one is that? Here she is. Okay. Hellgazer always looked interesting too. I remember this one. We'll talk about this. The only thing they changed on her was her speed. Okay. So her speed was 87. Now it is 97. Not a lot of change. I wish they would have upped this to 50%. We just got done talking about this on Gullcut. If this would have been increased to 50% chance to place the 60% decreased defense for 2 turn, be very good. This one I remember removes all debuffs from this champion, places the increased attack, and then grants them an extra turn on a 3-turn cooldown, which I would do the skill first. So she has an AoE attack. Each critical hit fills her turn meter by 10%. You start off with this. Then it goes on a 4-turn cooldown. We maxed out 4-turn cooldown. Then the next time we buff her and get an extra turn. So really this AoE is on a 3-turn cooldown. And when we use it, it's increasing our turn meter to be faster to get back to our skills more. And then she's doing the decreased defense on her skill 1. So she can be good. And she has really good stats. That's really good HP for somebody with that much high attack. Really low defense though. Super low defense. We can make it work. And now her speed is up from 87 to 97. Not bad at all. We'll have to try Hellgazer out. See where we can fit her in. Jingle Hunter is up next. Now, Jingle Hunter has been a fun champion that used to be played a lot back in the day, and I'm kind of glad they're working on him in Marksmen just a little bit. So only his skill 2 was changed. His skill 1 still decreases the speed if you critically hit. Skill 3 still decreases turn meter by 20% if you critical hit, and then fills his turn meter by 10%. I'm hoping that's 10% per target. It doesn't say, because it's on a 4-turn cooldown. If it's just a flat 10%, that's pretty weak. But a skill 2 now went up to a 100% chance to freeze all enemies if you kill the current target that kill an enemy. Before it was a 50% chance to do this. So this makes a lot more sense. It's going to be hard, obviously, to kill somebody sometimes. It's on a 3-turn cooldown, and you're still going to need accuracy to freeze everybody else once you do this. But pretty cool. You can do some good setups with this now. Very good setups. We're always going to probably critical hit because we're going to want this to hit hard as well. And what else was I thinking about him? I think it's just hard because he's got low HP, he's got good attack and okay defense. It was just always hard to give this guy, we're going to need what? Decent speed, crit, a lot of crit damage, and then we're going to need accuracy on top of that. Kind of the same things we need on a lot of classes, but there are a lot of other classes out there who have maybe a little bit better stats, but I like this guy. I like the way he looks. He's always been a unique champion, so we're going to see, I bet there's going to be people who are going to play him. We're going to see some play with him for sure. Let's go over to this other champion here. I think it's a Knights Revenants again. This guy, he has been changed to skill 1 now, places a heal reduction, and there's no requirement. Before, you had to have a continuous heal on the enemy to be able to place this. This is much better. He's an epic. Why should I have to have a continuous heal on there? This one as well, now attacks will be critical if the target has any buffs, was only if the target had continuous heal. So now he'll attack right here, places a 50% increased buff on this champion for 2 turns, then attacks 4 times at random. The attacks will be critical if the target has any buffs. Pretty good. I mean, skills like this, it's on a 4-turn cooldown. If it hits somebody in arena, multiple times, it's probably going to hit really hard. It's going to do a lot of damage. And then this one always had that secret skill that if you're under 50% HP, then you can do this ability. Attacks all enemies 2 times, damage increase according to amount of HP this champion has lost. Usually this hits really, really, really hard. So maybe we'll see some more play with this in arena as well. Now we'll go back to Marksmen over here in High Elves. Marksmen really didn't get much of a change. I was hoping more for Marksmen because I really like this skill too. Attack one enemy, fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. Has an extra 15% chance to critical hit. This one 4 times at random. 35% chance to ignore defense on a skill 3. Only thing they changed on here was making this. This used to be a 1-turn debuff of poison. Now it's a 2-turn. So that's it for Marksman. And he's not really favorable for Clan Boss because of the lower stats here, the HP and the defense. But you could still try to build him for clan boss and always do his A1 and get up a poison. Still not good. There's a lot of other alternatives out there. But in a PvP, I think this would be fun to do. Attack one enemy, get the turn meter for everybody, increase crit, do this, and get some ignore defense going if we hit it lucky. And then the poison really, maybe they could change that. I think because for me, I think he's PvP based, right? With all these abilities here. So I don't think he needs the poison. I think here would be something, if we put something cooler, it would be there. Because I want to play Marksman too. I miss Marksman. Here's a good one. Soul Drinker and Demon Spawn. I've always wanted this guy to be good. I've always wanted him and his little big brother, the Legendary, to be awesome because they look really cool. He has 3 different changes. His skill 1's still the same. Has a chance to place a heal reduction debuff for 2 turns. That's good. This one attacks all enemies 2 times. Wait, I'm on the big one. I'm on the Legendary. What am I doing? Okay. Now we're back to Soul Drinker. So Soul Drinker, skill 1, decreases the bomb debuff detonation by 1 turn. Skill 2, attacks 3 times at random, decrease bomb detonation debuff by 1 turn. This one was, before it was only if they had a poison on that he would do this. So that's really good that they removed that. This one, attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance to place a bomb that detonates after 3 turns. This used to be only a 50% chance. So this is really an improvement. 100% chance to place it for 3 turns is pretty long. But this guy also has where if you die, you get to place a buff. And before this was a percentage chance, 80% chance to place. Now it's a 100% chance to place 2 bombs. So pretty cool, pretty scary. I think we're going to see some of him. I think we're going to see some fun teams that have the Outlast component on their other guys, unkillable, something like that they're going to place. They're going to make this guy really fast with some accuracy and high attack. Remember, all we need is high attack for bombs. Crit damage doesn't matter for bombs. We just need really high attack. Go in there, do the skill 3 on everybody, get some bombs up. I know 3 turns is a long time, but then he's going to die right away and place 2 more bombs up on everybody, or try to, that it will detonate after 2 turns. And then we just got to outlast and hope they don't have somebody to remove those bombs on their team. Will be fun. I think Soul Drinker will be fun. Torture Helm. Torture Helm has also been a big joke for a lot of the game for what he has and when he came out. He came out not too long ago, but this used to be a 50-50 chance of him coming back to life. Now he just revives with 50% HP on a 3-turn cooldown. Pretty good. We can have this guy popping back pretty often. Him and Bushi now it doesn't take long and they pop right back up. Skill 2 was increased damage here. Damage is proportionate to his champion's max HP and increased according to the number of dead allies. I've never played a skill like this before, according to the number of dead allies, so we'd have to do testing on this. So on a 3-turn cooldown, but this could hit really hard if there's a couple dead people maybe on the other team and he has high HP. Could be fun. And then this one just has a chance to steal a random buff. So we'll have to do some testing. Maybe this guy's a sleeper. Maybe he's going to hit super hard and just keep coming back to life if we can get back to this cooldown. Just like Bushi, could be pretty interesting. We'll have to try Torture Helm out. We have the Wad Painted. Is that her name? She is a barbarian. I know what she looks like. Here she is right here. This one, HP champion. Now this is one I actually already did look at. This is the last one we have. So I looked at her and I kind of want her to be a baby Mountain King. I don't think she's going to be, but her skill 1, attacks one enemy 2 times, has a chance to place blocks cooldown skills debuff for 1 turn. Pretty interesting, based off of HP and attack. Probably more based off of HP than attack. I'm hoping. The skill 2 was changed. Now heals the champion by 100%. Before it was only 30%. So fully removes all debuffs, heals her up to full, and places a 30% reflect on the champion for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown. So if we get her up to 70k HP, try to get her to hit really hard, crit damage, and then on this skill, damage is now proportional to this champion's max HP, was current HP, and then that's it. So that's the rest of them. I'm sorry, I was reading the bottom of this patch notes. So attack one enemy has a 100% chance to place block cooldown skill debuff for 2 turns. Damage is proportionate to this champion's max HP. So I'm hoping with this attack, she can hit hard like Mountain King. She can heal herself up completely heal herself up, put a reflect, and then it all depends on how hard this ability is going to hit, which I'm probably guessing it's not going to hit that hard. I do wish this ability also was based off of her max HP and she could hit really hard. Because if this was just a lower version of a Mountain King, it would be a lot of fun. It would definitely be a lot of fun. But that's everybody. Please don't forget. Thank you so much for watching. And do not forget to include to be in the drawing 10 different people, 900 gems each, which is pretty crazy. All you need to do is copy your, I don't know, I'm going here to show you that patch. All you need to do, again, if you made it this far, is copy this information here. Leave a comment on which champion that you enjoyed the most, that you think is going to be a really good balance change. And that's it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. I'll see you all in a video soon.